Yeah, I was waiting for hearing this, but I was always,
I don't know where to start. It's like 3 hours conversation, right?
yeah, on the phone. It's
Yeah.
a band.
I think it would be interesting to, if you hear about it, but I know it's too long.
Yeah, maybe in the
I
future
think-
when I have a little bit more time.
I think at the very beginning, I was prepared that he's gonna disappoint me. And he said something that disappointed me, not much as I predicted. So I was prepared.
Yeah.
So he said exactly the same, like he wrote me in a message. He said he has his own pace, and something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if you feel good to cut it off, and then just go ahead, something like that.
Yeah.
So basically, it means like he doesn't want to change anything, and yeah. Then I was thinking, okay, fine. So then I also read the letter to him, the four topics I sent to him.
Right.
So
you keep the evolve. I'm more evolved than you.
yeah, of course. In fact, it is. He knows that. The thing is that where to say? So then I think, okay, so it's coming to the. So I think that it's coming to the end, right? So I'm going to give the last speech about how I feel about him, and I want to make a summary, something like that. So I said, I think it's my honest answer is that I never wanted to break up with him. And then he suddenly interrupted me. He said, "What? You don't want to break up with me?" I said, "Why?" He said, "But you did." I said, "Oh, because you wouldn't want to change." And then I said, "Look, Silvio, are you stupid or dumb enough that you don't get it? There's no way I want to stop this. Only because you cannot change, and then I don't see the hope. That's why I want to stop it. It's not I stop it, just I want it, because I have no choice." Then also something disappoints me is that when we talk about when can you meet me, and he said, to be honest, I couldn't remember much of the conversation. I just remember the several points is that, but I actually, when I was giving him explanation, I felt I was like a brilliant artist. Because a brilliant artist or scientist or philosopher, I felt I explained him so well. At that time, I was surprised by myself. Yeah, I felt like I explained everything so well. Even the dumbest person would understand what it is going on. You know what I mean? Because some people, they're not high in EQ. But I was very eloquent that time. I could explain everything very well. And yeah, like I said, even the dumbest person would understand what it is. So I told him that we're not robots. We're human. So that's why when I want to break up, it means I break up because I think you cannot change. But if you can change a little bit, then why the fuck I want to break up?
Right.
I don't want to dump you. And then
what is thinking really, like what does he thinking when you say, like what was processing before that he was thinking?
But I can tell you this is
that you want to break with him. He didn't get it. He didn't really understand why until what I'm asking, until you didn't explain to him, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. What so interrupted?
Okay, so this is something that is tricky, because Silvio is a little slow or a little.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, to understand what is going on.
Okay.
I think he's more into his own world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a simple person. So he's simple.
His emotional world is not so complicated. What you trying to say to me?
I would say it's complicated, but he tried to compress it in a simple way. So it's like a nuclear bomb, the atoms. So inside is a lot of energy, but it's still coming to a stable, environment.
Yeah, you put it.
But I'm the person like drop something inside and it can
Create
trigger.
Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Okay, continue with the conversation that I stopped you.
So I explained it, and then also I think that I was brilliant. I think I was brilliant. I inspired him by making a comparison between he meeting me. First step is like I felt like what I was doing is like I was giving a person a surgery on the idea in the mind. I seriously felt I was more like a doctor or surgeon. I was doing it for him. Yeah. So first, I try to differentiate about his understanding of me, because he had a wrong understanding about me creating this drama. I said first, I created drama is not because of the American girl. It's not because you're going to California. I create drama because you have time and you have chance, and it's okay, you can do other things, but don't ignore the things between us. So I said that's why I didn't feel fair that you gave you gave. I said that it's like you can eat apple, you also can eat pear, you also can eat grape. But I told him that right now you are making this like you only eat apple, then you want to dump the banana or some stuff. So then I told him that first you need to separate. What I want is only what I want between you and me. It's nothing to do with the American girl. If the American pop up or tomorrow is a French girl, tomorrow is another Japanese girl, I'm fine with that. It's not my business. I only care about something between you and me. So if we have been together 2 years, it's you need to make some commitment to meet me. Okay, so I think this is the first surgery I gave him. I want to clarify the concept.
It's important because
I don't want him to feel that I was in jealousy. It was not about jealousy.
I know, and I get you from the first time you told me the story, and I will say to you, you are absolutely right with your question and with what you are expecting. I was supporting you, telling you it's totally natural after 2 years. In the circumstances that we have with the restriction, what you was expecting, it was not too much from him.
Yeah, so I think this is the first step. The second step, and he said he never wanted a life with commitment or some stuff. Then I think I did another surgery. I love myself. I think I said it very well. I said you can trust me on this, because a lot of people, they say something, but they don't mean or they don't fully get it what they're talking about. They say commitment, probably they don't have a clear definition about what a commitment is, right? And so I told him that, so let's say commitment, and then I gave him my definition of commitment. I say commitment is something that you promise something and you're gonna do it in a persistent way. Like marriage. Once you get married, right, you cannot fuck any woman as you want. You cannot spend money without carrying your family. So that's why you are carrying this responsibility till the whole your marital period. Agree? So I would say
it's depending on first of all what two people want, because today there is so many. If you're talking about my sister lifestyle, definitely.
No, I'm talking about most people. Okay,
most normative.
People. But when the people talk about commitment, I think most people they're referring this.
Right.
So then I say like this is commitment. You have to compromise at a certain period. The time is important. I think commitment is not promise. Promise doesn't have to go with the time, but commitment, it needs a duration of time.
Okay.
So then I told him that I think if you are going to meet me, I think this is it happens just like one flash, like a finger snap. It's not something that you're gonna meet me forever and we're not gonna separate I'm gonna bother your life. No, it's not like that. You meet me simply just you book a flight ticket.
Right.
We meet at a place, and then maybe 4 days, 5 days, then we go back to our own countries. As simple as that. So I told him, for me, maybe I call it wrongly, that I call it commitment. I would say this is just something you do to honor our relationship for 2 years. It's not a commitment. It's totally not commitment.
But wait a second. My perspective, I thinking both of you was committed in this. For my standard and the way that I see, I said to Brian, you and I doesn't sign any commitment or but there is a commitment. There is commitment because when somebody, even if you don't need a contract to care for another human being and to put him in very important frame in your, and it does to have every day, 5 days, 6 days a week for 2 years, this kind is commitment. It was in, commitment is have very variation.
So
but for my starting, you was committed and he was committed.
Look, I want to say that if, but you can see that your definition of commitment also evolves with time, right?
Okay,
it involves a long duration. Right? Yeah. So if I say that level of commitment, even that level of commitment, it means we already have it, right? Because I'm talking with him and you're talking with Brian already. So this commitment is already there. There's nothing more. There's no need more.
Yeah.
What I want to, but you get my point, right? I just want to tell him that you're gonna meet me is not something.
Like marriage.
Not a marriage.
Yeah, it's part.
Not a serious commitment. It's just something as simple as we meet each other.
Right, I got your point. What you wanted to say. It's
so
like,
I think this is the second surgery I did to his mind
to make a little bit.
Make him understand.
And it's very smart because maybe he start to have all these fears, and in this way you reduce his fear and his anxiety. It's like, okay, let's meet and see what's happening.
He is a big young boy, to be honest. He's afraid of everything. He wanted to be like, hey, I'm cool, I don't give a fuck this and that, I'm more myself. But, from the way I was interacting with him, I could see boundaries all the time. When the boundaries are there, it means he's not secure. He's not feeling secure, he's feeling insecure.
Yeah, probably right. And but some way, somehow, some mysterious way, both of you find each other. And I always say, we are in a relationship to some degree until sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's great. And it's not to support you about wanting to see me because I think each other, it will be, it can go both ways. It can go to much more stronger bond and commitment, or you realize something with the energy or something, it's not fit into your life. But until it will not be physically here, it will be very hard to grab it. This is what I'm saying. I'm just saying, until you're not going to have it, even for a few days, to feel the energy, to feel what's going on with the energy between you, then you can really release it and say move on, or you can go to the next stage of your relationship. This is why I was thinking support you so much that you need to meet.
Yeah. So then, at the third stage, I think as you said, I have made him less anxious about this, and he started to say that. What is a closed country to Europe? I said, Turkey. And he said, can you go to Turkey? I said, yeah. And then he started to think about that. Maybe we can meet in Turkey. And then I would say, because after I gave him the mind some surgery, the first step and second step, I still think he wouldn't change. I think I don't think that I was trying
to bring him back. I
Yeah.
just basically tell the facts based on my understanding,
I know, because
my side of view.
when you sent me the full paragraph, and I was like, oh my god, and you was in consciousness that you don't want to talk to him anymore, and then you said to me, like you wrote me that things been changed.
Yeah, because I don't believe people can change. I mean, I believe I can change, but I have very low credibility or trust in other people who could change. Because most people, they don't have a strong self-awareness.
Yes, most people doesn't have strength awareness, but people, I believe people change only when they don't have a choice. What does it mean?
That's why they're stupid. Because when you have a choice, that means you're coming to a dead
So
end.
this is why I was like, ultimatum, or sometimes even like to put a mirror and say no more and we need to change, or it's not working for me anymore.
That's why you see, I don't have to see I have obesity or have diabetes, I will work out, no. I only feel like I need to work out, I will just persistently work out and I can lose weight. Only within 16 days I lost 4 kilograms. That's a huge achievement. Oh, sorry. So that's why I say I know I could change and I have my determination to change.
Yeah.
But most people, they're not.
Right, only when they get cancer, diabetes.
Yeah, when they are
sickness.
so late, they started to realize something. And that's why I believe Silvio is like part of them. Like when it comes too late, he would realize something.
But I think you give him a wake-up call.
Yeah, yeah. So that let me finish. So on the third stage, right, he started to propose like, oh, maybe you could meet in Turkey. And then I started to feel like, we still have hope. Then I think from then on, my mood was getting better. I felt like we're not that desperate if this guy.
Willing to show some kind of effort.
Yeah.
So why not Thailand? It will be so complicated because now you don't need. It's not so complicated to come to Thailand anymore, and it's not so expensive. What is the issue with Thailand right now?
I think I don't want to push him on where we can meet or some stuff.
Right.
Probably I don't even want to ask why not Thailand or some stuff because for me this would sound a little stupid because the person he doesn't like it then it means he doesn't like it, right? So there's no way you need to know the answers. It's pointless. Maybe he's been to Thailand. He just want to go to another place.
But for you, I'm just okay. So okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. So yeah, something like that. Then yeah, we started to flirt a little bit. We call each other because I call him Miu Miu, he called me Boo Boo, and like we were being cute. And
so what was the summarize of all this?
okay, let me read the summary for you. Actually, I made a summary for him. This is what I told him about our drama for this time. What you should learn from it. So
You know, I have to say something. Just for you, I always say to people, because the energy that's some part of the energy that's working on you this time is very changeable, but I always say to people that this kind of energy shaking things, but if something is good for you, so even if there is test on the way, it stays. But if things are the foundation not so healthy, so you will probably separate it. This is what I'm trying to say to you on the bottom line.
yes.
So I don't know, I never, I don't know, I only know the stories. I never did the chart of both of you together. But I can say from my knowledge of you and him, I'm happy that you give it another chance. Or at least I'm happy that you are dealing with it and in respectful way.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't need because you
I-
wanted
I
to finish
feel-
it without any with very I told you with something that I'm thinking it can be shameful for both of you as up to, but I'm happy the way you handle. For you, I'm happy the way you handle this situation.
I was also very grateful for you how just give me the advice that I listened. That you said it's better not to. I even told him about that. Why I would like to have a call is because you inspired me. You gave me the advice.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think I did it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, let me read it for you.
Okay.
So I said, the crisis between you and me is not the whole story. During our silent period, Jessica and I.
Oh my God, she's still underground.
Wait. Jessica, I have a call with Jessica. Now, me and Jessica had no problem. Okay, this is something I want to say. Okay, so I said, Silvio, I want to tell you something. First, we both know it's not easy for us to come this far. What we are experiencing is like a miracle for most people. So normally when you have something that others normally don't have, right? Like we have something that most people they don't share, they don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
I said no. So normally when you have something that others normally don't have, you need to care and protect it.
So
You can take me for you can take me for granted, okay? Because you are a human. You are under the effect of human nature. Yeah? So, but now you are growing a higher dimension of yourself. You need to be proactive to balance and adjust yourself not to fall into the trap of human nature. Human nature is everyone's biggest obstacle. Whoever is much affected by human nature, their life sucks. So be aware of this. Now you have seen yourself in a better way. I'm glad you hear that. You start to give more time to yourself away from the noise of socializing. Because right now he said he would spend more time with himself without many people around. Okay? Then I would say your next level is about how much you can overcome human nature. You can take me for granted as a human, but you still need to notice when you start to take me for granted and start to adjust yourself, then you will be on the right track. Otherwise, you will lose something precious for both of us. Because I'm very confident about myself, then I have a better understanding of me. And I can easily notice my emotional transition and my mind transition. But you still need time to feel that, observe yourself, study yourself, so you can grow faster. And I said, there is a Chinese adage. It's called 重要的话说三遍. It means important things are worth mentioning for 3 times. I said, so the first point I would say, like, observe yourself, be aware of all kinds of human natures that are affecting you. Don't take important people in your life for granted. Then I repeat this paragraph for 3 times to emphasize. So the second part I said, admit something first, then find the balance. Human nature doesn't allow us to admit our mistakes. Most people are stupid because they never see themselves clearly. So they made up a fake image to delude themselves. If you can admit your mistake, it is a huge step. You can go beyond most people. Because what I feel is that when I was, at the very beginning when I was having a relationship with him, he was very stubborn. When I say something, he wouldn't change. You know what I mean? It's hard to change his mind. And even though he made some mistakes, he wouldn't say he was wrong. But, last phone call, especially into this year, he gets softer. He gets softer to admit something, that he was wrong, he was a little, ignorant or some stuff. So it was a good sign that, if you can admit your mistake, you need to find it first, right? Admit it first, then you try to adjust it.
So I said, you only can admit your mistake past. You only can admit your mistakable past. You can build a new mechanism to avoid having the same mistake. So try to adjust yourself in a better pattern that you admit your mistakes. There is no shame about it. From my perspective, you admit that you will take vaccines in order to free your body. It took 1.5 years, and you admitted that you have taken me for granted. You have admitted that you are also one of the lost people with your darkness. So basically, in the past 3 months, I can see your growth. Because naturally, spontaneously, you have started to accept a negative image of yourself. This is important. Admitting something is a crucial step before taking action. I can tell you why I think I'm more spiritual than most people, because I admit I'm a slut, I'm a cocksucker. I don't feel shame about that. You know what I mean? It's me. So that's why I admit the bad image of me, and I can see myself clearer.
You accept the darkness that's the
Yeah.
shadow. We call it
Yeah,
the shadow.
yeah, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Something that is not accepted for the most people.
And it's important because most of human beings, the biggest problem, they don't integrate the shadow in their personality,
Yeah.
and then they project it on other people, or they distract themselves with this.
Yes.
I thinking,
Yeah.
it's important what you say.
So then I said, this is important. Admitting something is a crucial step before taking action. During our call, you admitted that you put our meeting too serious, and you thought maybe we should meet, and then you started to thought that maybe we should meet Turkey. So this is a good start. You are meeting a better version of yourself. I even admitted that I was like a parasite in the team because I was in my business past in China. For the social media, I was more like a pesticide. You know, I don't have to work, but I can take money or something like that. I told him that I admitted that I was a parasite in the team. Only I admitted it, so I know where to adjust. People like Jocko, I will talk about Jocko later too. I said he created a bubbles for himself. He's too proud of himself in a narcissistic way, so he never admits his failure. That's how his life ended like this in his pattern. And I said, so try your best to admit your mistakes. Remove the illusions you created for yourself. It is not to put yourself down. It is to find a ground for yourself to have a higher jump in your life. So I repeat this paragraph 3 times, okay, to emphasize.
So what you say is you have to accept his shadow, his darkness is part of it. Not accepting is to accept the size of you, like self-acceptance. This is what you try to motivate him. That you can only.
Don't try to protect it for your failure. There's nobody would be the winner in all kinds of ways, right? You must be winner in some of the ways. You must be loser in some of the other ways.
Right.
You just need to admit you were a loser in some of the ways. Then you can move on. You can learn the mistake. Because some people, they lose, but they don't admit that. They try to use other ways. They try to find the problem of other people's. Then they try to decorate it, but they seriously blind it. The same thing like Brina. She's finding a husband, but you can see the pattern, like the guys she's finding for. They're all mistakes.
I told her, like, again alcoholic? Because she was telling me that most of the guys that she met in life, they have too much. Why I never meet a guy that's like alcohol?
That's why,
seriously,
because she's decorating herself.
What is decorating?
Like decoration.
I know, but when you say she's so you said she presents facade that she's not. This is what you want to say to me?
At least for herself. Part of her, trust me, if you admit your mistake, your failure, you wouldn't make the same mistake. And a lot of people, why they are creating the same mistake, because they never see the mistake is coming from themselves. They always see the mistake come from the others.
It's easier to see. This is why we need a human being to reflect, because like through you I can see but because most of people cannot look inside. What I'm trying to say to you, I don't know about the patterns or mistakes. Some people, even when you have awareness, I always say awareness and self-knowing, it's 50% of the job. 50% of the other is working and working. It's like if I know that this relationship is toxic for me, and I arriving, and even if like, okay, for example, if I will realize one day that's like something is not healthy, with all the love I can have for you, I will say goodbye, because it's like, this is what I teach myself, not to eat junk food. You know what I'm trying to say? And like, I try to be selective. Human beings need to be selective. We cannot get along with everybody. One time is a mistake, second time maybe, third time it's a pattern. And when it's a pattern, like bringing alcoholic people to your life, it's something that you have to say to yourself first of all. It doesn't matter man or woman, no more. First of all, no more. I'm not bringing this kind of energy to my life. And if something happened, and I would find myself in this kind of situation, today, I know my weakness, I'm waking up and go step from this energy very fast. So what I'm trying to tell you, awareness is 50%. The 50, the other part is the doing part. And this is sometimes where it's very hard for people to go behind this. I know that this kind of relationship is toxic for me. What are you changing?
I think we still can have light. Wait a second.
How come? Genius! How did you do this?
Because this light is the shooting light. It can create a lot of colors, so it has battery inside. Only this light, not all of them.
Wow! You see, it's a shocking surprise. I didn't know that something like this exists.
It can even change colors.
Yeah, the color, Barina have the color ones, but I didn't know they're supposed to be the things.
So
there is a lot of reading, or you want to summarize it in a few sentences?
this is the last paragraph.
Okay, I'm here. It's not interesting. It's just for me to concentrate today.
I know.
It's not not to dismiss your, because you're
No
right.
worries.
You're right. No, I know. I'm not apologizing. I like to explain. You like to explain too.
Yeah. So last part, I said don't see you as you. Don't see me as me. We are together as a whole. There is always a price for freedom. Without COVID, you would take freedom of traveling for granted. The same as our relationship. This relationship offers us great freedom, which most people don't have. This freedom comes from we could give away ourselves, especially me. I can wait for you. I can give you time to grow, and I still can give you persistent love and care. But you need to know it is coming to the time that you need to give yourself in as well. Give yourself effort as well. Because this level of freedom doesn't need you to pay money. It needs you to give yourself in. If in the past pattern you met one woman, okay, there's a period of time, he talked about why he couldn't give a lot of trust or give a lot of dependence on me.
Betrayal or something?
Yeah, he felt he was betrayed. He was
yeah, makes sense.
He was dumped, and he felt he was lost the freedom. He was manipulated, and I told him that I'm different from those women. First, I give you freedom, and second, that you know that I'm very different. At first, I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. Second, I'm not the woman who is looking for a family or a very basic, like normal life. I just want to enjoy the thing between you and me, and we can grow together like a partner, something like that. Something like between you and the bride.
Right.
So then I said, don't
If in the past pattern you met wrong women, those people dumped you because they are still more of a human. But I'm a person thinking differently. I inspire you a lot. So when trouble comes, don't try to align me to the ex you had before. I'm not them. And I am way higher in thinking, as I am very confident to say it this way. So whenever trouble comes, I hope you could find problems from yourself first. Don't try to think, if you give yourself to me, you will fall into your old relationship pattern. No, this is very wrong. Basically, the more time, attention, love you put on me, it is to feed yourself as well. You need to see the facts that we can grow together, and I am very advanced in thinking. We love each other is not something we do for the other. It is something we do for ourselves. Love me equals love you. The more you can love me, it is a way, the more you can love yourself. Because our history proves that with me, you evolved faster. Especially, I can point out your pattern, your limit of thinking, and your circle. I said, so conclusion, that you live in my life, because he said why he didn't want to meet me, because he felt like he would listen to my order, he would under my manipulation, he would live in my life.
When does he say this?
During the call, last time during the call.
So it's important what you're saying. I have to stop you. So underground, what he felt really, from what I'm hearing now, that he feels that your domination will overtake his own power. He was feeling that it's like you're smarter than him, evolver than him, all the things you keep telling him. So this is what I say, you put him unconsciously or consciously, you put him down. And it's aggravating. You are not responsible for insecurity. This is his job to cure it. Sometimes we cure it through relationships, sometimes, but most of the time we need to do this, but you didn't help him with it. So what he told you now, it's like he was afraid for you overpowering him. And I will ask you, when he said this, what did you thinking? It's something that you probably understand, you realize it before.
There was a 1 year. Okay, so I think it's around like 5 months or 6 months ago. We had an argument about manipulation. Okay, so we actually talked about this topic. We almost broke up, but we had a phone call. We communicated well, and the misunderstanding cleared. So it was not him wanting to break up with me. Okay, in the past, it was always me wanting to break up with him. So because as I said, I admitted some of the things, okay, very tiny things. I used a little manipulation. Then he used that as an excuse, as a reason to provoke me. And he said, look, you said you never manipulated me, but you just admitted. Then, okay, we had a fight. And I said, look, Silvio, how the fuck that you are an adult, I am an adult, and why you are so like overreacting just because of this? And then I said, look, I have been giving a lot of my love and time to you. You never let this manipulation go. And he said, look, you said that you manipulated me. It's not I said that. I said, okay, maybe I used the wrong word. Then we had a phone call. And then again, I used what we call specific definition. I said maybe I was in a more funny or kinky way, naughty way to use manipulate. But what I want to say is that, would you agree that whatever manipulation, whatever brainwashing, whatever influence, whatever education, what they all do is that to change your mind. You agree? So this is all these things share in common. So what I want to say is that I think I was guiding you. I was giving you some
everything that you do, it was to empower him.
Empower him. I'm not trying to put him down.
Yeah, again, this is what I was like.
But he felt me. I was putting him down.
Because you have so much, I told you, you have so much Scorpio, and you have strong Scorpio. This energy of the Scorpio is always have to meet in life betrayal, is always have to meet in life some mistrust and some emotional pain that's connected to giving yourself to other human being and somebody take advantage of you. So what I'm trying to tell you that you didn't meant to, but because he have the Scorpio energy inside of him in 3 planets, he took these small things and he put it something bigger.
Yeah.
He put it much bigger than what you meant to.
Yes.
And you're also very sensitive to manipulation. So because you know it, you try not to do it to him, but you use a little bit technique to influence him.
Yeah.
I understand it. I understand what you said. I know you're honest.
Because whatever he's still a human, right? He's more like a human compared to me.
Yeah.
So that's
but
why
I understand his sensitivity.
I only use a little tricks in order to make him go faster. But I have no hidden
No, I
agenda.
told you. I feel the same. I feel that because he has already sensitive mattress. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You took your things and you put it something bigger.
Yeah.
So I understand it. I understand. And one more thing, the Scorpio energy, terrified from control, that somebody will overtake their life. So they're willing to engage in very strong bonding, but there is always, they find themselves in some kind of power struggling. And I think this is what's really one of the biggest fear for him, like without to do deep analyzing. I think you are more, after this, because you already mature and blah, 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 but I'm thinking this is what I'm telling you, this is what I'm feeling, this is what he feels. I think this is the biggest fear. If you ask me, I think this is what is. And I'm thinking, this is what I'm trying to say to you, that I think that you have a lot of fear to overcome.
Yeah, I think that's why I always use an emoji. That is a small chicken, small chick with the eggshell, half eggshell. That emoji, I always use that to describe him. I told him that you are a curious boy.
Right.
And you are curious about this world, but you are not brave enough, because you have your fear to jump out from the boundaries.
When you have been in a relationship before in your past, okay, pattern is not important because we can evolve, but I want you to have to reflect on something.
But let me finish, because only few lines. I said, so I make a summary. I said, you live in my life is yours. I said that you live in my life is your so wrong ideology. Don't see us separately. We are together as a whole. It may need you to give part of yourself up. Give up part of yourself. But this is the price for a higher level of freedom. Because freedom is never cheap and easy. Finish. And I said it 3 times.
But the only question what's make you believe in him again? That give you the hope that he wants this relationship. What's kind of message beside want to do beside him wanted to meet you in Istanbul or in Turkey? What was the undertone of his message? Why did you felt that there is something about the relationship that you wanted to give him another chance?
If I would give a score or star of all your questions, I would give this question 5 out of 5. It's a really good question. I like the question. You really asked the point. Actually, the answer is no. It's only because of he would like to meet me in Istanbul.
So this is the intention of him.
No, I mean this make me want to continue this relationship because first I know human nature. You cannot expect a person to have a huge change happening all the time. So that's why I would be okay to step by step. Okay, so that's why I see that I can tell you our our spiritual connection is already reaching a level. But right now we have no physical connection, things like that. So that's why I would see this physical meeting as a accomplishment of this whole circle. That's why I call this a circle. So it's like this small part of the circle is not closed. So if we can close this circle, at least I would say our level 1 job is done. So that's why I have no idea what is going to happen in the future. And I don't want to plan what's going on in the future.
Right, and again, until you're not going to feel, this is what I keep saying, until you're not going to feel the energy between you on really, like me and you, like when Verena was just, I made this text and it's and I was like, it sounds spooky, scary. Like the first, intention was like, maybe I should scare it from you, but when I interact with you, all the stories go behind me because I felt the energy between us. You know what I mean? And this is something that's like.
Sorry, I don't get it. Say it again.
No, I'm just
comparing me and Brina?
No, No, she said to me, she told me about you a little bit. I don't even remember what was it, but I was like, wow, yeah,
spooky, weird.
No, not only spooky. It's like, she told me she said, you have a problem with this blind flower and this, and he will, all this kind of things is like. Something
Make
was...
me scared.
Make
you scared.
And
you think I'm a troublemaker or something like that.
Something like this, or something, and you know what? You know it yourself. If somebody come wrong in your way, I don't think you're a person that want to go and hurt people. No, but I think if somebody crossed the wrong way with you,
I'm gonna revenge hard.
I don't want to be your enemy ever. And it scares me sometimes. I will be so totally. There is nothing to be scared because I'm so honest with you, and you honest with me. And this is what I like, this relationship between us, because we're not hiding behind you. And behind this, the energy between us, I feel there is trust. And I don't need to. And this is what I'm saying. The story. Everything is story, it's beautiful story, but until you don't meet, if I go by the story, maybe I will never meet you. But when I meet you and I feel the energy, I feel, some part of me feel that you can trust.
So you are talking about the impression and the reality, right?
Exactly. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Human being can create a beautiful relationship until something, the energy comes. This is why I'm thinking it's so important for both of you, or to evolve from this and to grow to the next step, as you keep saying, and I'm supporting this, or to move on and to release it in peace.
Yes.
And this is why there is a beautiful song, an Israeli singer, she said about breaking up, and she said, and if we're going to break up, please, she said, please make it in peace.
We don't fight.
Yeah, not with we don't need to.
We struggle or fight or tear each other apart.
Yeah, because in the end of the day,
nothing matters.
No, in the end of you share something for 2 years in life, and there was sharing of love. Maybe this relationship need to go, or maybe she need to. One thing, both you're right. Something need to evolve. Something need to change. And this is I support you. For other way it will go, God knows. But this is what I keep saying, that I'm thinking that's it doesn't matter. Sometimes we can end things nicely, sometimes we cannot end things nicely. But my perspective in life, if I love somebody for a while, my nature is okay, let's try to give respect to each other as a human being for sharing some time together. But it doesn't matter. So if the situation will come and so did you talk about business, meaning when something like this can happen? Turkey, Istanbul. What's exciting you right now? Why you are angry?
There's another cat outside.
Territorial?
Sure.
Why you're such a territorial?
It's a male cat. Would like to fuck her.
She don't want to be fucked.
She's selective.
Good. I believe in selective human nature. Anyway, so there is conquered promising, intention, because you said there is a declaration of intention, but did you get anything practical, like, or still not?
Okay, the thing is that I think for me, I would more see his attitude. You get my point? That if he would like to meet and he is planning it, then I would
Ready
feel,
to wait a bit.
I would like to wait a little bit.
Right, until the
But
yeah.
if your attitude is like you have your plan to go to California, you have your time, your money to do this and that, but you never give any chance to us to honor this relationship, this attitude actually pissed me off. Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, and you was absolutely right. It mishandled it very badly. And okay, but both of you now in the different situation. I think also you give him some time to think. It was also
like I even told him this is called trauma therapy.
Trauma therapy. What?
Give you some trauma.
Does he say to you he was missing you? Does he say he was missing the call, the conversation?
He's never this kind of romantic person.
It's not even romantic. It's like it's just men. Fuck them. They cannot express emotion. Some of them.
Yeah, especially him. His emotion is more like sometimes sometimes his emotion can be very sweet. You know what I mean? But the sweet and the romantic is still far. So sweet is like if I say something, he will say something back in a sweet way. But I think to be romantic, the person has to be proactive.
I think some people...
To be proactive, to be spontaneous, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, I was thinking it's like to share some like... I know it's because it's annoying me also sometimes with...
But also, I can tell you, I mean, if you compare Brina's, that guy, the Thai guy, Jack, and compared to my Silvio, they are very different. Silvio is like, if he says something, he would be serious about it. He wouldn't take it as a joke or something.
But how do you know that this guy will take a joke?
Just easily ask Brina, you don't love me or some stuff. I already see he's a good fucker, playboy. Judging by his age, by his alcoholic charisma, judging by the way he already bewildered Brina to move to.
But this is an Aries, and Aries, my mother was 3 planets in Aries.
No.
They're jumping into the fire without thinking. Last. And then like,
honey, I met a lot of losers who are Ariels, but they don't know how to flirt. I mean, this guy, just judging by the fact, this guy is an artist. You agree? He's an artist to flirt.
Yeah, but you also flirtation, but you still can be very committed. You know, it's like I will not take it.
No, I mean that's the difference.
I will not take it as the one that's like flirtatious is something that's like Yes, I agree with you. Flirtatious nature have more tendency not to be stable.
Oh, something you and okay.
But you are flirtatious and loyal, so it also contradict, no?
I'm a person is that no, because I flirt with the person, I just want to have sex, right? And sometimes that's just the tactic, the trick,
right?
Yeah, to make the person believe you. But for me, that I seriously understand what the cost is to lie. I told people I'm not a person. I told other people I'm not a person who would say, "Oh, I never lie." That's bullshit. I lie, but I lie for a purpose. I don't have cheap lies, right?
I love your sentence. I adopt one sentence from this connection when you say, "My love is not cheap."
Yeah.
I think it's
everything about me is not cheap. I see myself as a very.
This is like for me, it's a poster. It's such a slogan that I didn't took anything from nobody for a long time. This kind of quote is
nothing from me is cheap. You know, that's why I told you why first time I would like to leave a bad image of myself on people around me, telling them I'm a cocksucker, I'm a slut or some stuff, because this is my filter.
I know, and
I can
get
filter
it.
those
I realized
superficial.
that in the first 2 minutes, but like.
Now you get it.
No, I get it in the next 2 minutes. I just waited you to pass to you. For you, it took you longer than me to understand. I told you I don't buy this, but I am different. So people like me and you understand each other. Most of human beings will run away. This is a fact of nature.
So I want to say that if I lie, that means okay, I can earn $1 million if I lie, right? Why not? I would lie it. Simple as that. Think something like that. But I wouldn't lie for something that is stupid or that is cheap.
Yeah, my father used to say, nothing worth your freedom, like to go for jail, for crime or for something. Nothing in the world is worth your freedom. But then I have a joke about this sentence. I said, but if you already do, don't play cheap. Do it on a big way. You know, like this is the twist. Like, you know, okay, I really believe it's nothing like
To jeopardize yours.
yeah, exactly. Like my freedom is one of the most important things in life. But then I used to have a joke on it, and like, but if you already have to do it, don't play cheap.
But,
do it on the big. I used to say $1 million.
That's why I said right now, you know, even in Copenhagen, a lot of people they always say, I want the freedom of vaccine. But you know, from my point of view, I see this freedom is like cheap freedom.
Why?
How to say that? You know,
My friend from, I told you, sorry, my friend from that's never talked to me on the phone, only on I message him, he writes me, this is
Here.
no, it's in England. I said to you, my English friend, that he doesn't like to speak on the phone, so he's the only friend in my life that is texting me and I'm messaging. He's messaging me, I'm texting. I accept him the way he wants to communicate with me, but all my friends talk to me with the phone. This is not the issue. The issue that is go to take a vaccine. And he suffer since this from ting tong. You know ting ting? No, how you say ting tong? Your ears start to tung 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 tung. Do you know how it's called?
so because he took vaccine?
It started after the vaccine. He never had it before. And it's in England. I don't know which vaccine is still, if it's Moderna, Pfizer, or other thing. And his father was collapsing a few days later and arrived to the hospital. What I'm trying to say to you, I am not advocating, not for this side and not for this side. You know, seriously, I am not ashamed to admit I don't know. You know, my sister vaccinated her kids, you know. She's very conventional. She said, what's good for Israel, good for me. I would never dare to vaccinate kids because most of them are not sick anyway. Doesn't matter. But this is me, I'm not interfering in their life.
No, maybe I use a wrong example. But my example is that a lot of people, so far as my observation, they are struggling with cheap freedom. They call themselves freedom, but I mean, okay, let me say this way.
I'm trying
I think the biggest limit is from your human nature.
Of course.
Your human nature brings your life down, bring your life sucks. For example, Brina. And her human nature brings her life down, down, down. You agree? So that's why this is the expensive freedom. That means you have to fight for your human nature. It's something internal. It's not something external.
When you say you wanted to say to fight the human, to find the self-destructive habits that every human being have.
Yes.
We have to fight and overcome this.
Yes.
Because everyone has self-destructive habits.
Exactly.
But in 20%, some of them are very high.
Yes.
It's a lot about self-love and self-caring. But some of us come with a big chunk of not loving themselves, and they unconsciously working with self-destruction habit. So to overcome human limitation is just to work on your damage stuff. I understand what you're trying to say.
So this is, for me, is very expensive freedom. You get my point?
Yeah.
Because normally when you can reach this freedom, you can be whoever you want.
I think think I can see my destructiveness in different things in my life. Thanks God, I did a lot of healing in my life. A lot of things from psychology, therapy, learned there, read a lot. I did a lot of healing. Probably I will have to do it all my life. But I always thanks God that I also born with self-proud. Not in a narcissistic way. I think that's my self-proud in a healthy way. In a healthy way is like to respect myself and to give respect to other human being. And if somebody continuously, maybe 3 times, not respect me, or I will not be there. This is it. And not, you see, some people will fight. Some people will do things, but usually most of human beings, this is what I'm saying. It's important to us to have some self-proud, and this is something people sell themselves cheap sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially women,
Yes.
because they have less
Self-esteem.
No, I think they have actually less resource.
Of what?
Money, wanting a child, men can be free in easier way, much more, and men usually much more less complicated than women, This is what I'm trying to say to you. I'm thinking, yes, you have a strong role model in your life as your mother that did whatever she needs to do to succeed, and it's worked for her, and it's beautiful role model, but still the conditions of women. Men grow up, and I see my brother as very legitimate autonomy. Men have their privilege in life to go and find themselves outside and work and achieve and get all this status symbol, whatever they want. Women, be beautiful and shut up. Be beautiful and don't say what you think, because if you're going to see you're a bitch, you're not a woman, and you have to get along with other women. So basically, they teach you to support each other as a woman, but not to stand up by yourself and be autonomy and be proud. I think it's changing the last 15 in some culture. Many cultures still women even they primitive human being cut their pussy for a woman. That it's in Africa and other stupid culture that's thinking that's what I'm trying to tell you, that the gender role is very, very, first it's what you're born, and second, gender world is still very, very defined human nature also in the way that's we do have more weakness on the physical stuff than a man. This is what my claim. On the big picture, there is women that's more, men, they're more than, I just saw a chart, it's so funny. I just saw a chart of somebody I didn't know, but and from America, I was read about it in a book, and I was like, fuck, this woman, she's a man, she's not a woman. What's so much masculinity in this chart, and so much loving freedom, and this, and this, and this. And then I go and do YouTube on her, because I never heard about her name. And she was a black woman in the 60s, that she was fighting for black rights in America. And she coming from very, very, very poor background, and she is now becoming a very big professor. What my claim is I was if she was a woman in this time, she can erase to a lot of power than today, than 60 years ago. But in the same time, it's a chart of a man for me, not she's a lesbian, but this is the different story. I'm just saying to you, it's like to arrive to kind of power, you need a lot of masculinity inside of you. And not all women have strong masculinity inside of them.
Okay, I agree with you. I think because I see so far, if her life is fucked up, normally because this woman has overload of emotions and she couldn't handle it, like like you said, in a destructive way, like Amy Winehouse. Yeah, she killed herself because she has very negative self-esteem. Even she's very talented, but she couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's not about seeing it. You can see it, but you don't feel it.
Yeah, you don't connect with it.
Yeah, many people. This is what I say to you. It's like you know your mother loves you, but you know it.
You don't feel it.
Exactly.
Like
Did you feel
heart.
it? Did you felt it? This is what I was trying to ask you. And the same, like we know what we know. I know my father would do anything. I was the apple of his eyes.
I can tell you something more. Is that why I feel I'm so connected with Silvio? Is that I feel he's living a similar life of mine.
Simpler.
Similar. But just at a different period. I think he's more like when I was younger, much younger.
I have to stop you. Do you think somebody that's like, if you meet today, somebody like you, your intelligence, your whatever it is, that's really going to challenge you, like that you can. Do you think it can work for you?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
If you meet today or tomorrow somebody,
he would like to challenge me.
It will be mentally capable for you, emotionally capable for you. Do you think it's something that you would want in your life?
Would I want him in my life?
Do you think it could work if somebody will be? Because you keep saying to me since this month, all the time you say, I love Silvio, I get from him there is many things that I get from him in life, but many things I think I'm more evolved than him, I'm more intelligent from him, I'm more emotionally evolved. I see him as younger generation. I know he will grow. I can see him growing. I see his potential. But right now, there is love, but we are in different pace. So, and I'm trying to. There is unconsciously all our love life is always. Berlina doesn't go inside the word, and she said, I want to find an alcoholic person. This is not coming from our mind. It's coming from much more deeper place who we want. But I'm trying to ask you if you're thinking that you can find something egalitarian. You know what is the word egalitarian? Egalitarian is mean like equal to you.
Equalitarian.
It's egalitarian. It's like equal for you, that you can be challenged, you can grow, you can think. Because if this is something that you can see in your vision, or there is something about your choices of bringing something in your life, somebody in your life that is a little bit less than you in your perspective. You understand what I'm trying to ask you?
I understand your point. You're trying to say that, it's trying to say like subconsciously I was looking for a person less than me.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, let me say this way, it sounds so arrogant. But to be honest, in my opinion, most people are less than me. It's not about who I find, it's about most people they are less than me. In general, I would say this way. Most people are less than me in thinking, in taking action, in critical thinking, in judging, even in emotion, even in art, something like that. Most people are less than me. It's not about something I think about someone or some stuff. But I don't think this is the reason I find Silvio.
No, I'm sure Silvio have amazing part. I didn't take it this, but I'm just saying we are in a situation that something is like this. and you get from him and he gets from you, and there is some kind of love. I'm not arguing about it. I'm talking about the evolutions of relationship between two human beings. And he will evolve and you will evolve. At the same time, I'm trying to ask you tomorrow. Tomorrow I bring you somebody that, you know what? He will be more than you.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go beside egalitarian. I will bring you tomorrow. I know it sounds for you it's not possible, but life is surprising.
Yeah,
and if I will bring somebody that you feel that you want to learn from him, is challenging you, is something that you never saw before, and you will be challenged. I know, right?
I would like to make friends first.
Right.
I never would say no.
Right.
Because I can tell you, I told you, I was like, I'm always like a sucker, like a sponge. I can take a lot of information in my,
I know.
So when I was young,
right.
I always date and have sex with people who are way better than me in different kinds. So I think after sex I will have a conversation with them. I can absorb their knowledge, their experience. It makes me grow faster.
I understand.
So,
but it's different between these to have a relationship for
I know.
a longer time.
I just want to say about this. I think I want to use a physistic model to describe this. I would say let's first ignore the age.
Yeah.
Ignore the age.
Age is not
ignore the who is better than whom in where.
Relevant.
Let's see me and Silvio just like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, like we're vibrating. Okay, 2 weeks. Okay, so if I evolved more than him, I would say my wave goes high and low, deeper. If I go high, I go higher. If I go low, I go lower. Something like that. So Silvio is like the same wave of mine, but when he goes high, it's not that high. When he goes low, it's not that low. So
this is friend.
Yeah, it's a friend. So what I'm talking about, okay, then let's assume, okay, we use this model. We use this model to describe all the relationships. Okay, all the relationships. I would say that based on my experience, if I'm a wave, okay, I want to find my partner, my life partner. The first, I'm not looking for, in the past, I was looking for the person who is higher than me, the person who was lower than me, something like that. Much lower or much higher. Okay?
You go for both, you try both extremes, you say to me.
But the most important thing I figured out right now is not about how high he is, how low he is. It is about the frequency.
What does it mean? The stability. The
so for example, okay, this wave.
I understand the dynamic of the wave, the excitement, the downs, the ups. You've been there. You don't want the drama. Actually, you want something that's real.
No. It's nothing about this. I think it's hard for me to. The frequency is about, for example, if this one goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down for 1 minute. If this wave, maybe we call the frequency 60. It means in 1 minute. It has up and down for 60 times.
Yeah.
Then if I give him say like 30, that means in 1 minute, his up and down is only 30 times. So
explain to me in a human relationship.
I will try my best.
Okay,
I can draw for you.
No, you don't get to me. I understand your models, but I don't know about the emotion.
Oh, let me say this. This is more like a tempo. Tempo. Like it's like a beat.
Yeah, the beat.
Like this, okay? So that right now I'm looking for a partner, okay? It's not about how strong the beat like this or how weak the beat like this. It's not about this. I'm looking for a partner with the same tempo, rhythm.
Rhythm that you are.
Like we are.
No, but it's like you're dancing in the same
tempo.
In the same.
It's like the two dancers. They're dancing together. They have to be harmony.
Right.
It's nothing about who is stronger, who is weaker.
No,
it's about harmony.
I'm questioning it because you can go for so many flavor in your psychic and try so many different experimental things, and I think it's for your nature. It can go either way, like and I do believe it's like like you can. It's depending where I meet you in life. Sometimes you will come from here, or sometimes you come from here. It's sometimes it's like I thinking it's just the integration that you work in, and I think there is still. From my perspective, like I know sometimes you see, I feel that sometimes you take emotion as a weakness. And I think it could be a weakness, but it also can be the greatest strength of our human psychic,
Yeah, of course.
And I'm thinking
because why you always see me talking emotion as a weakness is because you and Brina, you have more emotion than me. And sometimes from my perspective, I see some of your emotions is more destructive. So that's why a long time ago, I gave the advice to you and Brina. I said, you guys need more science. You got my point? That's why you see me as more scientific compared to you. But when I was with Silvio, I'm more like an artist. Because I'm more emotional than him.
Okay, I need to go in 5 minutes. You want to say to me what's going on with Jessica?
Oh, Jessica is fine. We just had a call. It's not a big deal.
You talking?
Yeah.
So she was explain what's happened?
She just, that's what I feel about.
It's just that her emotion was over the
No,
top?
she got a dog. And the dog right now has a lot of problems. This and that. But
so
before,
it was nothing about it's nothing that you said that she took to the heart. It's not about you telling her to dump the
Japanese boy, right? I think, after I had a call with her, I figured out that the Japanese boy only covered like 30% of the reason. So the 70% of the reason is from the dog. Because the dog is out of trouble, she couldn't leave the dog. So that's why she was struggling about whether to put the dog down or give the dog someone else, or to bring the dog to Thailand.
But why she didn't message you, tell you she's not so able to, like she put you in a situation that it's like out of your patterns, and like she didn't really like send you a message, sorry, I cannot be available this week, I call you when I call you. She put you in a vague...
No, because she thought I was using her.
So there was some toxic emotion in...
Yes, because a long time ago, I told this to Sylvia, I told to Jessica at the both time, okay? I told her I was honest. I have no hidden agenda. I said it frankly. I said, in the future, if you can make me a Sweden visa by
I'm
Sweden
sure you
visa,
can pay and this and
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's fine. Many Israelis do it in America.
Exactly.
I have no problem. Like, and this is what I like so much about your honesty. Listen,
Yeah, I was
this is
saying
transaction. Both of us will win from this transaction. Let's put it in place. There is nothing
Yes,
using
nothing
it.
to hide. Nothing to
It's
hide.
also nothing to use. You can say I don't want to do it, or let's talk business. How much
Yes,
you willing
yes.
to get this? You know what I'm saying?
So that's why what I said
you're honest.
is that because last time she didn't reply to me, or she was having a toxic relationship with her Japanese boyfriend.
Right.
And then I told her, I said, Jessica, life is too short, and
Right.
you need to take action, because this
Right.
is the same thing I told Sylvia.
Right.
And I told her that maybe you should come to Thailand, bring the dog with you. And then I said, look, we have been talking and this for more than 1.5 years already. Yeah, more than 1 year. 1.5 years, more than 1.5 years. I told her, I said, if you could be just, taking more responsibility of yourself, don't distract yourself with the Japanese boy or some stuff. Think about something about you. Then I told her that if you have come to Thailand, we can live together for a while, and then you think I'm okay, and then we can get married, make a fake marriage, and then probably right now we could divorce. it means like we could divorce, and then I get what I want, you get what you want, and we could divorce, and then we can move on to do something else.
Where is the using part? Why does it
No,
change?
it's not something. It's not an easy topic. You can talk to a woman, especially she's young. You know what I mean?
How old is she?
She's a 30-year-old.
It's not so young. It's reasonable. No, this is like if you would.
But
Like,
she's
I would if this is all your tactic without to be upfront of it, and I would discover it later, I will feel betrayed. But it's not even close to it. You were so honest.
I was so honest.
So it's like yes, I care for you. I think we can enjoy spending time together because
Yes.
you're a good friend of mine. Let's maximize the situation. You will benefit it. I will benefit it for it. It's like it's not lose-lose situation. So
Yeah.
yes, there is some. I don't see it as a use. I see it as like
I even
it's-
told
it's
her.
like-
I said I'm willing. You could use me. That means I have value to you.
Right. But
I mean, we're friends. We
Right,
try to
right.
benefit each other. Then you must find what your friends are good at, and take that as a
Right,
use, and then we
right.
amplify the energy.
friendship is always about exchanging resources.
Exactly.
We are
Exchanging
resource.
because
We are yeah, and your resource are mine right now.
exactly.
It's like some people money, beauty, some people.
Exactly.
There is millions of
Something
transactions.
visible, something invisible, something
Right.
tangible, something untangible.
Exactly.
If you are becoming friends or you build up the connection, there's always something exchanging. It's like
Of course.
you just don't see it.
You don't labelize it.
Yeah,
It's-
labelize it. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
Human
it's
beings-
always there.
There is always like a model going for all, like, she give her beauty,
Yeah.
he give her money. I think it's bullshit, but it worked for them
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, for 1 week, for 1 day.
Yes.
This is how human being works. So I
Yeah.
can get it. And I do like your honesty. I'm always telling you because
But,
it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
Because I know you are like me. Both of us have the intelligence to understand the motive of human being, and to understand manipulations.
Yes.
I told Ryan today, do you think that if I want you here, I would not bring you 2 months ago, this year, long time ago? I was doing consultation for you, always putting your needs, what's work for you, behind what I want. It's like I will not give you a fake advice because it will benefit me. Yes, I told him you cannot come here. You will need things will be around the house and it's not good time for traveling.
Brian wants to come.
Yeah, a few months ago he wants to see me and he said I'm coming abroad. I said no, you cannot come now. There is things in your way. You have to figure. And then there was starting the problem with the houses and you have to do all this kind of renovation and a lot of shit coming in the way. If I was thinking to my own benefit, you think I could not manipulate him to come here?
Of course you can.
I told him today, everything I advise to you as what will benefit you and what's good for your own direction. So I can use manipulation, but I never use it because it's not.
I think that's something I would say this way. I would put it this way: is that if you are so smart, you are so intelligent, people automatically afraid of you because they cannot differentiate when you are honest, when you are manipulating them.
But I do. You're the same, and I feel that you're honest with me, and I feel I can be. Yeah.
That's the thing. You only can reach a certain level of spirituality or mentality. You can tell the difference whether the person is manipulating or the person is being
and
honest.
this is, what? This has come from the smell. This has come from my,
They come from art.
Yeah, it's like to say, okay, I know the knowledge, but now do I want to use it? I don't say, I cannot tell you that if I'm putting in survival situation, I won't use my knowledge. I don't know. But most of the time, 90% of the time, I don't take my knowledge and twist it. People did it. People will do it. Human nature is always to thinking what I can profit from other human being. Now, I understand it. But I try to at least to have it mutual. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get anything from you for free. But right now, I know that my knowledge is something that I give, and I don't take it for granted because I know how many years I built in my life
Yes.
and how much money I pay to get the knowledge that I have. So before I play my knowledge very cheap, and you know what? When I give my knowledge for free, people didn't appreciate it. This was my biggest scars in life because for years I give my knowledge for free, and what my conclusion? People value me only when I take money from them.
Yes, yes.
Seriously, this is a shock for me. Like, yes, but they still want me to give them for free.
It's human nature. They only pay price, you will care about it. That's why how I feel about me is like, you know, me in Silvio's life, he never has to pay anything for me. But that's why probably he treats me in a cheap way. I mean, even he doesn't...
But you remind him.
I reminded him, yeah.
You remind me, and this is what I say, like...
You know what, right now he goes to... Today, he goes to California.
Oh! Yeah!
Look, it shocked me too. I thought he would go there maybe after 1 or 2 weeks. But it happened so sudden, just today. And I asked him how long he would stay there. He said he would stay there for 3 weeks.
But it's become complicated to go inside America.
I don't know. I think probably he's taking the last chance because he told me before.
Because
America,
Brian told me today there is some new restrictions in America in different ways.
I don't know it, but because you know I know that if I want to know about what's going on between him in the U.S., it would bother me. I would see myself like just leaving him away, just let him enjoy his 3 weeks.
Yeah, but it's also like it's really,
shocking, right? It's shocking.
No, like yeah.
It's too sudden, and my point is that anyway, just let him enjoy the Christmas vacation. And let's see what's going on.
I don't believe in like it's like if you try to stop him on this and this.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
Let him, and if things need to evolve, it will evolve. If need to end, it will end. It's like I don't have a control of what happened. Who love me or won't love me, who will come in my path or who bad. I can react to what's coming in the way. But it's so interesting. It's so interesting just like in period of 2 weeks, two of your pillar. Of a front pillar
What do you mean a pillar? Yeah.
A pillar is like the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you know. Your English is amazing.
No, I gave the concept of the pillar. Remember?
Okay. Yeah, but I also use a pillar.
Yeah,
Two of your pillar was disconnect for you.
Yes.
And 1 week later, both of them come back to your life. I would just put it. It's fascinating. It's like because I don't think anything is like. Is interesting just as a reflecting on what's happening for you and this, and you know, and I also thinking the project you are right now, that's all the changes that you're bringing to your life, it's part of your growing, and I'm thinking it's interesting timing. It's really interesting timing because I'm thinking it's like all kind of things can come. And Uranus is the star that it's belonged to Aquarius, and it's bring all kind of craziness. But you like craziness, you're not afraid of it, and it's like all kind of things can come flew with it. You know, as people are afraid because sometimes it's shaking it's shaking the normality of life because like suddenly whoa. What I'm doing this video? Oh, what I'm doing this? What is like? It's like bringing something.
You know, also Silvio was a little afraid, like you said. He was afraid that I'm gonna expose him because I was recording or whatever. Because because the last time he said don't record. I told him I didn't record, but I recorded. I lied and then after it, I know I could lie it. But I still honestly told him, actually I recorded. And he said, you didn't respect me. I said, okay, so you can put this way. I don't want to fight against it. Yeah. But my point is that recording is my nature.
Document.
Yeah, this is because I appreciate how I spend my time. I want to study myself. I want to know. It's like your anchor point in your life. I want to know who I am.
What the model? Yeah. I get you. I understand. And I told you, like, I'm also a recording person, but for me, recording is very, very for like if I'm going to a therapist, or if I'm going to my teacher, or if I'm going to somebody that's like I really, really have a good time. Not good guy, mind that's make me think or feel different, I will do it. But it's like, I didn't do it the last year. But I tell people when they can record session when I'm talking astrology, because I know, and I know it by myself. Sometimes when I go to some meeting, if I'm talking with my teacher or therapist or something, and I know that's for myself, when things coming up and become very emotional, I forget.
Yes,
it's like
exactly.
feeling like the emotion is over. Like I come back, I go out of the session of 2 hours.
Yes.
Many times with my teacher, and I was like, what? I just know it's like, I feel so released, something this, and so all kind of emotion. But my brain, is like, and 2 hours, I'm not so excited. And like what did I say 2 hours? What happened?
Yeah.
But then
because there was once we had a conversation for the phone call and I didn't record, and the next day actually I recorded, but the phone was in full storage. So I asked him, like, do you remember what we talked about? We were very blurry about the memory, about what we talked about.
It's human nature.
Especially
no, it's also especially when this is when I did many people remember things I didn't even say to them. Like I saw it again and again and again, and I also know it from my own. If I'm getting too if I press people or somebody press on me and I'm getting emotional, I will not remember. But after it, like the same like you, I will 1 week or 1 month or 2 months later, I was listening to the record and trying to
understand yourself, right?
and trying also, it's also give me reflections of my, as you say, studying yourself, reflection about where I was a few months ago and where I'm now, like exactly about things that change in me, like, so it is
because
fascinating.
In the past, Silvio was hanging out with his friends, their friends, they have, I don't know how deep they talk, but normally they're just friends, hang out, eat this and eat that, drink this, drink that. And then just during these 2 months, as Silvio started to stop doing this, he would prefer sing a single time at his house alone. And he was trying to think something in a deeper way or some stuff. I said, Silvio, you are having a evolvement, right now, evolution right now. So you are coming to a new stage. I would call you 2.0. So I said, but I would tell you, even you are alone, you need to have your own studying material. And then the studying material is all the conversation we had in the past. It's all the recording I give it to you. Try to calm yourself down and study it.
I will ask you a last question. I understand you. I will ask you, just bad scenario, like if you will separate in the future, would you use mistrust and put things on the internet?
I told him that. I said, I would never expose your image. I would never expose your voice. But I will change your name to someone else's name, like Michael or some stuff. I even can change the nationality. Because if I'm talking about my relationship, I would more talk about myself in the progress, how I evolved from stage 1 to stage 2, 3 straight. I have no intention to make you famous, because trust me, what I was getting.
It's not about famous. It's about privacy, and some people are more sensitive.
I fully understand the privacy, but you get my point that maybe after 1 year or 2 years,
you said I'm going to use this. But
I'm going to be a superstar. Trust me, I can be a superstar. I wouldn't give any person a free promotion.
It's not about it. It's about
but
it's like I get your point.
I get your point because you're talking about the art. It's more about like you following the person's will. Like it's like a consent. But I give you another perspective. It's about the science that you don't promote someone for free.
It's not about promotion.
It is a promotion.
It's not. If I wanted to promote myself 3 years ago, I already had a channel.
No, look.
And this is my art.
Judy, no, let me tell you something. If right now there's even you had a sex with a guy, okay, maybe 5 years ago, and this guy right now is like 20 million followers influencer. Listen. Then he put your sex video online,
like Kim Kardashian
and everyone starts to know you.
Right.
You wouldn't, trust me, you wouldn't miss that chance to make yourself a new life.
No.
That's the human nature.
No.
And also remember last time you said that you wouldn't kill a chicken if you're isolated on an island. And let me tell you,
it's bullshit.
It's a bullshit.
I told you that I already fast for 2 weeks.
No, fast. Okay.
Only water.
Fast.
I know that my body can handle it.
Fast is that you know you're not gonna die.
Right.
It's about psychology.
So I know
it's not psychology.
So it's also to know your limit. If I know that I can fast for 1 month, why should I kill the chicken?
There's a lot of different situations when you are abandoned or on an island, isolated island, or you're living in a community where people are protecting you, and also you don't have to work so hard to get fruit or get water.
I agree with you, and you know what? I agree with you. Also, what your perception in a circumstantial.
Even if you are on an island, you wouldn't even get fresh water. So your water is the blood of the chicken. You wouldn't kill it anyway. Trust me. Don't give yourself too much credit because you don't know yourself.
Oh, I know myself. Believe me, I will study myself all my life. But if I know that I can fast for 2 weeks, I know that I can fast.
Because that time you will weigh yourself. You will weigh the meaning of your life. Because you wouldn't die for a meaningless chicken. So that's why you would definitely kill the chicken to make your meaningful life.
Right now, the way that's the world going and the craziness for. You update me if we enter to America, because really it's interesting me. Like, I'm just changing the subject. Well, it's like how the entrance procedure to America, because
it's still on the way right now.
Because I know that's like right now they have what Brian told me today. It's like they all the PCR they ask him inside. Also, if you fly inside America, you need 24 hours PCR, and they don't have it, so people cannot fly. Many people inside America. I don't know what's the rules about inside, but things getting a little bit crazy again in America. So it will be interesting. I hope for him it will not be so hard. But anyway, it's interesting. Anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow you have to write the script, or you already have it on your mind?
What script?
For tomorrow.
What to talk about tomorrow?
It's so dark.
It's no light.
I know. What you will do?
I will see. Circumstantially.
Are you going out?
No, normally not, because tomorrow probably I'm writing the script, but we can sit somewhere else and write the script.
Right, so you're writing a day. Yeah, it's amazing how your mind can manufacture so much script in a week. It's very creative, I have to say, to give you a credit for it. Anyway, I can speak to you for more than... You told me last time you want 2 hours. We again go...
2 hours? Of what?
Of talking.
Oh, yeah.
We already passed the 4 hours. Our normality, this is what I say, our normality is not less than 4 hours. Then before we start to be tired.
Where do you go?
Home. I'm home. I really need to also to start to do some editing. My friend gave me some deadline because he wants to build my website. It will not be ready, but I'm working every day. Started to because he really gave me a deadline.
Send me the design of your website.
When I will, of course.
You want you take away the chocolate. It's all for you.
Why all of this?
Because that's why I said, no, just take it all.
This is too much.
If you want to give someone else, just do yourself. Because I know if I have it, I'm going to keep eating it.
Yeah, and you've been your back has been so progress. Don't destroy all your good efforts.
Yeah, and I know that, you know. That's why when I'm with friends, I'm more emotional. That's why I have no calculation about how much I'm gonna eat it. That's why I just bought 4 packages. I will keep this one. Probably
But
I will eat
yeah.
1 piece per day.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you should come one day to visit me in Buritrira.
Yeah.
Before I leave, do you swim? Do you go into swim in water?
I can. Let's see the weather. If the sunlight is not
No,
strong.
but like the sun. You have a problem of sun. It's a problem. So you are the one that's going inside the water with full clothes.
No. Okay, you can go because I want to shit.
Bye.
Bye bye, honey.